does it mean to be happy? I think I used to pride myself in being happy. I don't know. It was one of those things. As people used to seem so sad all the time or depressed all the time. You know, like people always had something to complain about. Like life was so horrible, but then I've been happy. You know, like, and I don't really aim to be happy anymore. I aim to be content with life, you know. And I think that's what happiness is. Like when you're content with a situation, you tend to be happy. Where's my hard drive on the ground? Oh my goodness, these cats. These cats are gonna destroy everything that I own. I really hope that's fine. If a hard drive falls, it tends to not work. But yes, like I was saying, not it tends, so it can probably work, but you know, there's a chance that it wouldn't. But I think contentment is happiness. I think being able to be content in as many situations as you can, because I don't think it's possible to be content in every situation. I don't think you should be content in every situation. I think some situations, I think you could have a better situation. If you could have a better situation, you should try to have a better situation. That's if your situation is bad, you know. Like right now, I'm on YouTube and everything, and I'm content with what I have. I have a lot of gear for YouTube that I could use, and it could be a lot higher quality, but it's gonna take a lot out of me to use it, you know. And but I'm content with this. Like I don't really need anything else. I could build a multi-million-dollar corporation off of this one device alone, you know. And I'm content with that. I'm content with the quality of this video. I am content with the fact that I am doing a sit down video right now. I'm just content with life, you know. And even though, yeah, there are things that could be better, I'm still happy without having them, you know. I still think you should work for better. I mean, if I could make a lot more money, then I could have a much more enjoyable life, you know, like I could go more places, do more things, have more experiences, and to me that's a more enjoyable life, right? But then with a more enjoyable life comes downside, because then I'll be tired a lot more, and you know, like making videos might overwhelm me, you know, like there's downsides to everything. So I appreciate the good things that are happening because of my situation, and just because negative things are happening, that doesn't mean that, you know, that it's a bad situation. Every situation has good and bad things, and if you pay attention to the good things, you will feel a lot more content in your situation. But if you focus on the bad things, it doesn't matter if they give you every single thing you've ever wanted in life. You're going to find something that you don't have. That's why, you know, billionaires are building, trying to build like the biggest yacht. Like, who has the biggest yacht? That's like the thing that they do now, because there's not necessarily a contentment there. Like, you have all the money you could ever need in life to do pretty much anything. You know, these people building spaceships to go in outer space. I mean, it's just for a little bit, but still, there are people who go into outer space because they have billions of dollars, you know. And it's possible to do anything. So in people's minds, they're like, okay, if I were a millionaire or billionaire, everything would be fine. But that's not how life works, you know. Like, you can't bank your happiness on something that you don't have. You have to find happiness in your own life. Happiness, if you look for happiness in external sources, then happiness is, then happiness is circumstantial. You don't want happiness to be circumstantial. You want happiness to be a way of life. And I'm calling it contentment, because that is what happiness is to me. When you are doing something you really enjoy, and you're laughing and you're happy, you watch a comedian and you feel happy, or you go to a party, or you go to the beach and all that, you feel happy. You feel happy because you are content with your situation. Like, you're very content with your situation. It's just a fun situation. It's an enjoyable situation. So you are happy. Things are going the way that, you know, things are going the way life is going. Life is going in a way that is enjoyable enough for you to feel that exuberant feeling. but you can have that exuberant feeling while just sitting down in the living room, maybe not the exuberant feeling, like not a ridiculous amount of happiness, because some days I'm happier than other, some days I'm less happy than other, but I still have this underlying happiness because I enjoy existence. I enjoy being me. I enjoy existing in this world. I enjoy what my life is. I made a fruit smoothie tonight, well, for the love of my life. Her birthday's tomorrow. Tell her happy birthday, because then this will be out the day after her birthday. So tell her happy birthday so that the day after tomorrow she'll have a birthday celebration. I don't know. I don't know what to say. But yeah, like I made a fruit smoothie. Like I took or papaya, as Americans call it, mango and cherries, and I put some ice in the blender and I just blended it up, and she likes that fruits just like that. I grated some nutmeg and some cinnamon and put some sugar and some milk, and I blended up I made it for her, poured out like most of it for her, and then I made my own little contraption in the way that I like it, and that made me very happy. I'm very happy. I don't have water right now. I'm thirsty. When I'm done, I'm gonna take my cup, my mug, my bottle, my water bottle. I'm gonna fill it with water and I'm gonna drink water. You know what's gonna do? It's gonna make me happy. Tomorrow I'm gonna go outside and I'm gonna look over there. I'm probably gonna see some cows eating. You know what's gonna do? It's gonna make me feel happy. Little things make me happy. If little things make me happy, then there's a lot of little things that are going on in this world that bring me joy. Like little things. Like, okay, for example, this right here. Right, this brings me joy because there's so many memories with this thing. I played Red Dead, Grand Theft, God of War, so many games, and then I could attach this to my Mac and play 2K. I played so many different versions of NBA 2K with this thing. Like I've enjoyed myself so much with this. I look at it and it brings me joy. It makes me happy. Like seeing it makes me happy. It's odd. Like I don't know if it's odd, but it's this. I use this in my hair. That makes me happy, because many times of somewhere I have to do something important, and I put it back, and it makes me feel like, yeah, it makes me feel like, yeah, I'm being prepared. It's a nice feeling. By the way, I want to cut my locks. I cut them off. I want to cut them short because they get really long and they becoming kind of overbearing. But anyway, that's besides the point. Yeah, little things make me happy. Little things. Okay, this mouse right here is not mine. That's her mouse, right? But she gave it to me to use because it works significantly better than mine. When she needs it, she could always get it, But it's significantly better than mine, so she let me use it. So now that I see it, I think, oh, this is here because she loves me and she wants me to have good things in life. So this makes me happy. Happiness is not necessary. It doesn't have to be things that you don't have. Happiness can come from the things that you have. Like I love Sylvester, right? But there was a point I did not enjoy living here. I looked at outside with all the green and with all the beautiful animals, the culture, the customs, the habits, the fact that we're not a rich country, so there are potholes all over the place, little things, like it doesn't have to be bad. It doesn't have to feel like it's a bad thing. It just is what it is. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful place with a prime minister. But it is what it is. I could live somewhere else and make more money, but when I make more money, making more money, and I might be around people who are just not as pleasant as Vincentians. Like, I love Vincentians. Vincentians are some of the kindest, nicest people I've ever met in my life. It's kind of the opposite as well. It's kind of odd, but but they're still very kind people. They're fun people. They're entertaining. I just get random entertainment. You just go you go somewhere to buy something by like a bar by the side of the road. You could buy a beer, and then somebody comes in and just starts talking the most entertaining thing you've ever heard in your life. Like people with such so entertaining, and I love that, and that makes me happy. I used to have a manual vehicle, and it didn't matter where I had to go because changing gears made me happy. Now I don't have an automatic, and I think about manual a lot. And because I crave manual and want to drive a manual as much, I can't find a way to enjoy driving because I'm caught up on what I don't have. If you're caught up with what you don't have, you're not going to feel as happy as you could be. Happiness is a choice. Like I told somebody, it's a choice, and it's 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 sometimes you have to give up what you want for the sake of happiness. Sometimes, like you have a friend or you have a colleague or somebody that I don't know, somebody in your life that just constantly makes decisions that make you unhappy, and they don't do anything to consider your happiness. Like they don't care that it makes you unhappy. If it's possible for you to cut that person out of your life, then you cut that person out of your life for the sake of happiness. They are making you unhappy. So if you want to be happy, you have to not be in communication with that person. Don't get me wrong, that doesn't mean you just give up on people willy-nilly like that. Just because people go into a phase of their life where they make you unhappy, that doesn't mean that this is the norm. But if it is the norm, get rid of them, do the things, but that's if you want to be happy. Like I'm at a point in my life right now where, I cannot prioritize happiness as much as I would like. Like there's a recession all over the world, so like I'm like I said, I'm locking in, and I'm doing stuff to make money in ways that I didn't normally have to because of the recession, So if I prioritize happiness, that's not gonna make me as happy as a lot of other things that I would like to do, but is necessary for life. So I have to do what is necessary. So I sacrifice some of the happiness that I have to do the things that are necessary. Like it's a trade-off. That's the thing. That's why I have such I would say, unhealthy relationship with money, because making money doesn't make me happy, but it takes some stress off of my shoulder. But having some stress doesn't make me unhappy. Like I kind of like stress, like kind of. It doesn't make me happy, but I kind of like it. It's odd. That's an odd thing. I think. I don't know. I might be more normal than I think I am. Who knows? But happiness is a bunch of decisions. You make decisions to be happy. You cut the people off that make you unhappy. You eat the foods that make you happy. If you overeat and you get too heavy and you don't enjoy, and everything becomes a burden because you're too heavy, then that could cause unhappiness. So what do? You find I'm saying find somewhere to lose weight. I understand that is very difficult for some people. It's not really for me, but I understand that it's very difficult for some people. But I'm not saying, like, I get it's going to be a difficult thing, it's going to be a challenge, and that's the thing. Happiness sometimes takes a lot of effort, but if you put in the effort, put in the work, at some point the happiness gets there, and it doesn't have to be it's not like they say you cannot buy happiness, but that's not necessarily true. I could buy things that make me happy, but like, at least for me, things don't make me happy all the time. And in a way, it's the memories that make me happy. It's not this, it's the memories of it that made me happy. Was I happy playing the video games? Yes. But does that mean I should play video games 24/7? I kinda would like that, But even if I do that, at some point I'm gonna just get bored, I'm just gonna get bored. I'm just not gonna want to do it anymore, and then I want to do something else. So nothing ever really, no one thing has ever really made me happy forever. So I know making $1 million will be like, oh, this is fun, this is exhilarating. The moment it'll be great, but at some point I'm just gonna get accustomed to having a lot of money, and when I get accustomed to it, my baseline is already happy. So it's just happy with, not the kind of stress about bills and food, but then I would have stress about like taxes. I probably could just pay somebody to do the taxes, but then what if I forget? You know what I mean? And the more money, the more taxes, the more I might start doing more businesses, and then those businesses start to stress me. You know what I mean? So it's not necessarily like it's not there's no one cure. Like money cannot just buy you eternal happiness. It's a work in progress. It's choices that you make along the way. It's a choice. It's a choice. I'm saying it's a choice, what I kind of do really. I kind of believe in free will a little bit, but not really. But I had that conversation already. I believe that you could achieve free will. At least I think so. But then that could just be me assuming that the things that I do because I choose to do them and not of external programming, you know. But we're not talking about free will, we're talking about happiness. But yeah, happiness is a choice. And it takes a lot of sacrifice, it takes a lot of pain, it takes a lot of looking inside yourself and dealing with all your hate and bitterness. It takes work. And as with everything, once you kind of develop the skill of how to be happy, it kind of just stays, you know. And sometimes when I'm low, I I know how to get out of it, you know. Like this, if I get too low, it's like sometimes I get depressed, and I just kind of like get stuck in it. But there's always some point in it where I'm like, I'm tired of being like this, and then my brain is like, yes, so you know how to be happy. And it's usually gratitude, actually. Gratitude makes you very happy because I'm grateful. I'm grateful that, because this is a PS4 controller. I don't have a PS5. PS5 has been around for so long. There are games that I would like to play on the PS5, but I'm not going to make myself unhappy because I don't have a PS5. I could play 2K on that, you know, like it does, like lacking it doesn't mean you're supposed to be unhappy, you know. I mean, there are exceptions, I'm sure, like not having food and thing is probably makes people very unhappy, and then losing your home. Like, don't get me wrong, sadness is inevitable. I'm not saying that you're just never going to be sad, you're going to be sad. You know, life is life. Something is going to happen at some point that's going to cause you some kind of hurt, some kind of sadness, some kind of anger, and then the happiness will dissipate. But it no, as long as you make the right choices, it comes back. That's why one person could hear that they're dying and it's like complete misery, and some people hear they're dying and then they just have this wonderful outlook of life and it just heals. It's a mindset almost. It's a mindset. But yeah, that's it. I don't really have anything else to say. See y'all tomorrow. Tomorrow's a birthday, so make sure you put happy birthday today. Put happy birthday in the comments today, because today is the day after birthday. As you'll be watching this the day after birthday, that is if you watch it on the same day that it's posted. Alright, see you tomorrow.